Hi guys, this is Ahyat Ishak and you are watching Ahyat Property TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today what we're going to look at this very sensitive, very big issue right now back home in Malaysia. And it's from an article that I picked up from propertyguru.com.my. So thank you so much propertyguru.com. And what does it say here? Ouch. High home prices a burden to young Malaysians. Now, this is the reality in Malaysia right now. There's a little bit of an imbalance. While there's real excitement about young people getting into property investment and making a lot of money, becoming millionaires from it, there's also the other side of the reality where more and more young Malaysians are finding it difficult to own their first home. The Malaysians in general are finding it more difficult to purchase their property because of rising property prices and seemingly stagnant growth for their salaries. Now, this article cited a 23-year-old Mr. Chua, and he earns he says that he can't buy property because the property prices are too high, and now that the Bank Negara has put a cap on a 35-year tenure limit on mortgage loans, it makes his monthly repayments higher right there. Yeah, and but he believes, and which I really concur, that the real problem is not spiraling. It's not the Bank Negara ruling, but it's really about the spiraling property prices and the static growth of wages in Malaysia. Now, this is the reason why I wanted to highlight this. This is two parts, and this is the second part why I want to highlight this article is because of the two last paragraphs in this article. So thank you, Farah Wahida, the editor. And this is what it says. For property to be considered as affordable, everybody wants to know what affordable housing is, right? It should meet three criteria, which is this is a study by the World Bank and Harvard University, and they've come up with these three. Check this out, guys. First is this. First, its price should be within 3 times a borrower's annual household income. So that means if my household income is 100,000 ringgit and the house should only be about 300,000 ringgit, that's considered to be affordable. Second, all combined repayment should not surpass 50% of a borrower's income. So that means if you combine all these repayments, and it's sort of saying that the debt to income, or the DSR, the debt service ratio, should only be 50% of the borrower's income. And third factor is that a single monthly repayment should not exceed a third of the monthly income, which is, that means if my salary is, let's say, 6,000 ringgit, then a single monthly repayment on a house should not be more than 2,000 ringgit, which is 30%, something like that, 1/3. So you guys can see that this is really an interesting article, how they picked up this affordability, how you consider something affordable. So yeah, it's something to ponder upon. So if you are a typical wage earner in Malaysia that earns 5,000 ringgit, that means you earn 60,000 ringgit a year. That means you could only supposed to afford something that's worth 180,000 ringgit. That would be considered as affordable to you. But you know, as far as I do, you can't really find any property that's worth that much anymore, 180,000, unless you're going for really low cost housing, walk up apartments, perhaps in an undesirable area, industrial areas, and further out from the center of KL, which is really going to be too far from where you live and where you work. So that's just something I wanted to highlight, some of the good, some of the bad, and the ugly of the Malaysian property market right now. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to Ahyat Property TV. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.